Reserve notes are. So he put Executive Order 111100 together in 1963, authorizing the U.S. Treasury to print notes, to print dollars, not notes, backed by silver, and they were starting to be put into the banks. He printed billions, I think it's 10 billion of 5s and 10s, and I think 5 or 10 billion of $20. This money was begun to be put out into the banks, and they killed him. Why? Who in their right mind would take their paycheck in 1963-64 and get Federal Reserve notes for their paycheck worth nothing, or get Treasury notes backed by silver? For every Treasury note that was used, the usury, the rent, taxes, which is what everything the IRS collects is basically just the usury for the money, would have come to an end. The central bank would have come to an end. The cash flow to the European rich and to the bankers and the crooked politicians would have come to an end. So they whacked him. That money's been sitting there since '63, and not one president has touched it since then. Maybe they're afraid of being whacked, or maybe they've got a large enough financial interest in what's going on that it's just, business as usual. Democrat, Republican, doesn't make any difference. They're all understanding what's going on. Most of the civil servants, not at the top, think they're serving the people. I guarantee you that the people at the top know what's going on, and by being a part of what's going on, it's made them far more money up and above their salaries. How will the transition take place? We are hoping and praying that the corporation realizes that the military is getting ready to switch. They have made contact with our interim president, James Timothy Turner, and have begun negotiations for a peaceful transfer in exchange for amnesty, for forgiveness. Okay? If those negotiations can go well enough, we'll be able to put the Treasury notes out into circulation before the Federal Reserve notes go to zero. We had thought a year ago that the value exchange rate from the Treasury notes from the Federal Reserve notes would be 10 cents on the dollar or 20 cents on the dollar. We now believe that the value of the Federal Reserve notes is so broken that there's not going to be an exchange rate at all. But if we can get the Treasury notes in place so people can begin to have them in their possession, then when the Federal Reserve notes crash, people will still have buying power. If we can't work that out, eventually the United States Federal Reserve notes will be gone. Nobody's checking accounts or credit cards are going to work. Everything that you have in CDs or money market is going to be worth zero, and IRAs the same way. Some stocks might make it, many stocks won't. This is going to be a rough transition. So how do you prepare for it at a personal level? You need to at least, minimally, have 30 days worth of canned food. Canned meats, pastas, grains, rice, fruits, vegetables, everything. You're not going to go to the grocery store perhaps for a month. You need to have water. The reason I recommend canned goods is maybe there'll be problems with the electric. If you can get a knife, you can open a can and you can dine. Okay? If you have assets, you need to take a serious look at what my family has done. We have gotten rid of all of our IRAs, money markets, and CDs, and we have bought pre-1964 silver coin in the denomination of dimes and quarters so that it can be used for barter, and it's 90% silver, and whenever the new currency is put back out, we'll be able to exchange the silver that we bought with Federal Reserve notes for the new currency. Almost everybody says that when the paper money, Federal Reserve notes disappear, that the value of silver is going to go up. Especially if the new currency is going to be backed in Treasury notes by silver and gold, which it is, because that is the intent of the Republic. We won't have to print the initial amount of money. It's in warehouses and we have found it. So, where we're at today is we need 12 people minimally in each county of Missouri to ratify a county settlement document, which basically maintains that members of the Republic who reside in that county have ratified a document taking the entire land mass of that county away from the D.C. Corporation and giving it back to the people. So I'm 4 hours away from home today creating a video so that you can get at least 12 people together in this county and the counties that you represent to join the Republic, to ratify the county settlement document and lawfully, constitutionally take the land of the county back from the corporations. This video will be on the webpage, and I hope that you will spread it like peanut butter, because I can't travel the state. We can't. There's 105 counties in this state. 114. We're thrilled to be here, but there's a limit to my voice box. There's a limit to my personal funds to buy gasoline to fund these trips. That's why the basket is out. Feel free. Okay. This video should be up on our webpage, which is MissouriRepublic.org. Okay? And take this video, email it to everybody, and let's try to get 12 people in every county of this state. Anybody you know, anywhere in the state, get them to watch the video, help them get signed up, and let's get every county reclaimed. As the National is working on getting the 5 remaining states, which is going to be the trigger for the military to salute us, this case will go forward in the next short period of time, and if we've got the backing of the military, things can begin to change quite quickly. We're praying for a peaceful transition. We've offered absolute amnesty and forgiveness to all the corporate players, which is bringing them to the table because they are afraid for their lives. We have heard in the last 2 months there have been over 1 million applications for overseas visas from people that live in the District of Columbia. Ever heard of the concept of rats leaving a sinking ship? Okay, so this is where we're at. We need the Republic to be stronger in Missouri. We still have some positions to fill. We need to be praying with all of our might for the additional 5 states to get completely seated so that the federal government can say they really have restored the Republic. We're recognized by other nations. We're recognized by The Hague, but the military's not going to back a horse that doesn't have its act together. The more people we have, the more we can pull together absolute proof that we pass muster and we are ready to run this state and ready to run this country. Time is short. The UN troops are here. The dollar is about as fragile as an egg on the top of the Empire State Building, and plans are made for bad things to happen. The United States is a country, and its people who hang on to their guns and hang on to their dreams of the Constitution are the biggest threat to about 20 nations who want the New World Order. The other 80 nations don't. They want to whittle down the American people so that the New World Order can be brought forth. The Republic can stop it. We need you to sign up today and get a red thumb. This is your God-given ID, not your Social Security card or your birth certificate and none of that wonderful corporate stuff. It's your God-given ID and the name that your mommy and daddy give you. If you use your full name and give us your thumbprint and swear an oath, you can become part of the Republic today, and you can sign a jural covenant, which basically says that you are going to republic with us. Republic is also a verb. Congregate is a verb. People are congregating. A bunch of people are gathered, but we don't know what they're doing. But if we republic together, what we're saying is that we have gathered to lawfully support each other's constitutional rights. I'm inviting you to republic with us. Sign the paperwork, okay? I want to throw it open for any questions that you have now that you need answered before you would sign up. And then once we get those questions answered, we're going to go to another part of the room and start signing people up, and I will continue to answer questions for anybody that has them. Okay? And then once you have joined the Republic, you're probably going to have a different set of questions, which would sound something like, I'm part of the Republic now, I have a red thumb. What do I need to do? The first answer to that question is get this video and share it with everybody yesterday. Okay? Not that it's the best presentation on the planet. Please take it and put together a better one and spread it around like peanut butter. But we've got to get this thing done. We do not have months. We have weeks. Maybe a month. We're getting down to the wire on this stuff. So what questions do you have?